Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 32 of my Ruthless SFRN Acropolis League. So, the Firestorm character, I was having some pretty significant doubts for a while, but every time I level up, I really am feeling the power jump up on this character. I'm not doing ridiculous damage or anything like that, but the clear feels really nice, and even though I'm permanently affected by vulnerability, I really don't die very often. I mean, every once in a while I might die to a porcupine pack or something like that, but other than that, the character actually feels pretty tanky. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. So the biggest dream for this character would be to get a Watcher's Eye that makes me immune to vulnerability while affected by determination, but if we're being realistic, that's probably never going to happen. I mean, not only is it hard just to farm Elder Guardians to get Elder fights, but on top of that, getting an eye for... I mean, granted, it's kind of a semi-common mod, but still. Oh my god, is that a Carcass Jack? The Carcass Jack. Uh, I mean, it's probably one of the worst Carcass Jacks I've ever seen. Like, the rolls are pretty terrible. But I mean, like, if I could 5-link that, that would be a really fun thing to double corrupt. Or, I mean, the biggest dream would be to 6-link it. That would be pretty wild. So I have a handful of uniques I'm trying to double corrupt. If any of them hit something cool, I'm just going to probably instantly re-roll another character. But right now, it feels really nice switching between Firestorm and Blade Trap. They're kind of like very opposite builds. Like, for example, Blade Trap does a ton of damage, and even though it's semi-tanky, it's nowhere near as defensible as this character. I mean, into the sock, of course. What else? But the clear speed on the Chieftain is pretty radical, mostly because we have no cooldown. But on top of that, we get to do this. We get to just explode mobs with the Chieftain Ascendancy. And the XP from Breach Rooms is disgusting. But yeah, like I was saying, Blade Trap, on the other hand, kills bosses pretty much instantly. It has no issues. I almost made a nice Stygian Vise here, but I was kind of surprised how good the mods were, and I kind of panicked and messed up. I really need more practice with that quick crafting bench. I keep misclicking a lot. But it's cool, no big deal. I have jumped up to tier 11s on the Chieftain, and to be honest with you, it feels really nice. Especially maps that are really tightly packed, everything just blows up, which feels awesome. And of course, the ideal scenario is any boss room that has minions in it, because if I kill one of them and they pop, everybody dies, which is great. My next project is probably going to be an amulet. I also want to make a armor energy shield 6-link body armor because I still do have a 6-link craft from a long time ago, but I haven't really had a use for it yet, so I've just been holding on to it. I did use my singular scouting report, but unfortunately we got nothing, and it was time to make my amulet. I have not had a decent amulet this entire league, so getting this one was pretty nice. It's not a crazy amulet or anything like that, but I mean, it's got life, it's got mana, it's got regen. That's pretty cool. If I ever make an Archmage character, I can use that amulet on that. Decided to waste all my Scouring Orbs because what else are they good for? Unfortunately, I did not hit anything. Went back to the Chieftain for some farming, and to be honest with you, whenever I see a Harbinger now, it's kind of hilarious. Not only does it give me a ton of XP, but I pretty much can't die. As like I said, if there's a ton of monsters, everything just blows up and it feels really nice. Character is level 81. And now I don't know. I keep switching between tier 10 and tier 11, mostly because I want to stockpile more Kirak missions for the yellow tier. That way I can just like mass reset and hopefully hit some random unique maps or, unique strong boxes or anything like that. After a long time, I think 2 or 3 leagues in a row of not seeing a smuggler, I finally got it, which means every single architect and the Val, whatever the heck thing at the end, is going to drop a unique item, and I got a Grace randomly, which is pretty funny. So it's not like, I mean, getting uniques on Ruthless, it's more of a fun thing than a really powerful thing, because most uniques are pretty trash. But I mean, when you're dropping like 13 or 14 uniques in one temple, the odds are pretty good you'll get at least something decent. I had nothing to double corrupt, so I just double corrupted a Vitality, which did nothing, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Went and got some more uniques, of course. Most of them were trash. I will say, though, this character does really well in Alpha Temples. Way better than I thought he would. 11% quality Firestorm, okay. I mean, I might honestly transfigure that. Oh, a March. Please don't be trash. Yo, 28 and +5. I will take that. That is a double corrupt target right there. One of the best things about the Alva Temples is the wide variety of not just loot, but your experience in each room. Sometimes you're getting a lot of XP, sometimes you're getting random currency, you're swapping uniques, or you're double corrupting stuff. I don't know, man. I love temples so much. Every single league I love Alva. It doesn't matter if the mechanic is really, really powerful like Necropolis, or if it's really terrible like Trials of the Ancient. I just love being in Incursion. I don't know, Incursion is just awesome. I have to say though, I did switch to Blade Trap to kill some stuff because I didn't want to waste all the XP on the Chieftain to Ghost. And I gotta tell you, man, every time I jump on this character and I'm like, oh, I'll just do a quick map or I'll kill this for my Chieftain or something, I'm always like, man, I kind of just want to keep playing this character. It's so satisfying. Not only is it a skill I've never played before, but I get to use a two-handed sword as a trapper, which is something I've never done and might never be able to do again. And I just kind of don't want to stop. It's kind of like Kaduku last league. Being able to have Kaduku as a minion is probably something we'll never have again. So I really enjoy doing it. But yeah, Blade Trap is pretty insane. Anyway, I mean, the funniest thing is the Blade Trap isn't even level 20. Now, granted, it doesn't get a lot of damage from levels, but I mean, it's kind of funny that it's done all of this stuff like Uber Elder and whatnot, and it's not even level 20 gems. Anyway, we did have the Etziri in the temple, but of course, Etziri pretty much never drops anything. I mean, I can't really say that because I got the staff last league, so I can't really say she doesn't drop anything. But this time, I can tell you for a fact, she dropped trash. In all honesty, it never really feels too bad to me when I get trash uniques because they're always turning into alchemy shards, and you're always going to want alchemy orbs, even if you're already done all your completions. That way you could choose your maps and do, just random crafting, 5 to 1ing jewelry and whatnot. Anyway, the boss didn't really drop anything either. I mean, he did drop a 5 link to be fair, but I am never going to use that. It's a terrible base. Went and kill. I figured while I was on the Blade Trap, I'd go and kill some Guardians and like do my Cortex map. Just run a bunch of maintenance stuff before I go back to the Firestorm character. I had the easiest Cortex of my life. These mods were a joke. I never realized how easy this fight is if you do a lot of damage. It was pretty hilarious, to be honest with you. The big dream for me is getting the Garb. I would love to get the Garb or Bottled Faith. I have a Bottled Faith, and it's a shitty roll, but it doesn't matter. Wait, I don't have I ever had a Bottled Faith on Ruthless? I think I have once. I think it was in Sanctum League. I could be wrong. But yeah, I have one, and I was gonna go back to Firestorm after doing like my Cortex and whatnot. But dude, I had to try out the Bottled Faith, and let me tell you, it gives me a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, I will say I kind of feel bad because I was gonna go back to Firestorm like I was saying earlier, but dude, I just kept wanting to use the flask. Like it's a Bottled Faith. What am I supposed to do? And now, like now that I have that, I feel even more inclined to roll like an Inquisitor or something this league. Or honestly, even like Archmage would feel pretty insane with it. I will say though, Archmage is like I don't know if it's meta on Ruthless, but it's definitely like a more played skill now, or support gem, I should say. But maybe I could play it with some weird skill or something. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I will say though, I am pretty heartbroken that you can't use Archmage with cremation anymore. That feels really sad. I mean, I understand they probably like maybe it was too hard to balance around it or something. I don't know. It feels pretty depressing though because I really don't want to play the detonate dead cremation, but I would like to play cremation at some point, but you really need a lot of stuff for that. Anyway, I was doing more 10 ways. For some reason, I was under the belief that you always got a guardian of some sort from a 10 way, and that is just not the case. So now I'm not even sure if I want to farm those because my reasoning was I could take up the stakes on the tree, which I am using right now, and I could just like farm Elder Guardians while farming Splinters every once in a while. And to be honest with you, the invite drops a ton of rares, which is really nice. But now, and also another thing I didn't know, I thought using up the stakes made all the extra bosses Maven summoned count for your 10 way, but they do not count. That is not how that works. So that kind of changes everything, to be honest with you. Not really sure if I'm going to keep farming it, but I might. Went and did some more of my Guardians that I had saved up. I actually got this Phoenix from the Map Scarab that makes your maps have a chance of turning into Guardians and memories and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Cool to see. I ran a Juiced Elder Guardian who also had an Essence from my tree, which is pretty funny. And it kind of made the fight kind of weird. The main thing that killed me, though, was just the minus max res. Minus max on this character gets me killed all the time. But it's cool. I don't mind. Anyway, the loot was pretty trash, but what do you expect? I was going to do a big random craft thing, and my first one gave me a tier rating. So I was like, alright, we're going back to Firestorm. Why not? So Courthouse is now my tier 12, and it's kind of funny how many of my characters have just been completely wrecked by this map. But this guy doesn't really have any issues. I mean, granted, every now and then if I run like Monster's Poison, or if I have reduced armor or something like that, 82 by the way, the bosses can kill me. But normally, they don't really do anything to me, and I can just stand there and Firestorm, which is pretty sick. Even this late in the league, getting that many support gems always makes me happy. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am level 82, 12% of the way to 83. My resists are pretty fantastic. I love playing Chieftain. Chieftain is just so relaxing to play, man. 90% all res. I was lucky enough to actually get that +1 max res on my boots, which means I can actually drop this armor mastery once my I don't know where it is. Once my Purity of Fire hits 20, and then that'll save me 1 skill point, which is pretty sick. Right now, I am heading towards Iron Will. I have 2 points, and then I'll have it, which will give me a nice chunk of damage. And then I'll be going down here to Constitution, because why wouldn't you? And then after that, I have no idea. I might just take some more life nodes. I don't really know. I will say, though, I'm very happy. Let me turn that on. I'm very happy I'm running this belt. I very rarely get to use Coward's Legacy, because the thing is, I pretty much always play it the same way. You know, you go Inquisitor, you come up here, and you take Asylum, get all the curse stuff and whatever. And usually I never, like, if I don't have a Kikizaru, whatever it's called, I don't run this belt. So it's kind of nice to, like, defy all my normal standards for this belt and just use it. Also, have I done Uber Lab? No. But I mean, my Uber Lab pretty much does nothing. I mean, I could take 2 small nodes, I guess, but it feels bad. I'll probably just take this. Anyway, though, farming has been going really well. Let me just get rid of some trash in my inventory really quickly here. I thought that was good for a second. That would have been really funny. Just get a random rare. Currency is pretty nice. I keep, jumping onto my other character and deleting all of it, because that's what I do best. Actually, you know what? While we're sitting here, can we, Okay, they're dead. Alright, we tried. Fair enough. Whatever, it's cool. Anyway, maps are great. I have infinite maps. I can do whatever I want. I think I ran like 15 or 20 tier 16s, and then I switched back to this character. I only have 1 Guardian left, but I have like no Harvest left except for purple. So I can't really swap stuff around anymore, so I'm just kind of chilling with that. My trees have been changed very slightly. For my this is my 3rd tree, that hasn't changed. For my 2nd tree, I have changed it a little bit. I decided to take bold undertakings. I'm probably going to spend today, maybe tomorrow, farming on my other character, the Blade Trap character. That way I can get a bunch of currency, maybe even knock a challenge out. I don't really know if I care that much, to be honest, but I don't know. Be nice to do. I do have Destructive Play, but I'm going to be honest with you. I am probably going to unspec it, because for 5 points, kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I mean, saying it sucks a little dramatic, but it's not great, and I kind of don't feel like farming it. Sorry, excuse me. What I'm going to do is refund Destructive Play, come down here and take Eldritch Gaze and just farm some more currency, because the thing is, I have no enchantments on my gear, except for my boots. My boots are pretty sick. Also, I didn't realize they have 60% chance to avoid being shocked. So if I actually get the ailment avoidance on the boots, which is from the Eater of Worlds enchantment, that would be pretty close to shock immune. And I'm immune to chilled and frozen, and of course we're immune to ignite. So I mean, we're almost ailment immune, which is pretty rad. But my plan is just to farm, just grind some more currency. I might re-roll tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm kind of liking this character. I might wait until 84. If this doesn't make a huge difference for mapping, I'm probably going to make another character. But to be honest with you, you're going to see this character more, because the mapping just feels awesome. Anyway, thank you so much. Wow, sorry. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I see you tomorrow.